Good morning. Hi, Phil McPhail here with United Country Lifestyle Properties in Maine. If you're searching for the most affordable lakefront property you can find, this video is probably not for you. But if you're searching for probably the finest cold water lakefront property for sale in the state of Maine, you need to keep watching. What I'm about to show you here today, 7 acres of land, over 1,000 feet of waterfront on one of Maine's best cold water lakes, and it's less than an hour to an international airport. So stick around, we're going to show you this beautiful property today. Welcome to 548 Webb Cove Drive in the town of Enfield, Maine. What you see behind me here is Coldstream Pond, and don't be confused by the name. This is a large glacial created lake, almost 3,700 surface acres here. We got water depths over 100 feet. The first thing you notice when you get to this lake is the exceptional water quality. You can see about 10 meters deep from the surface down into the lake. And if you've never tried to do that in most lakes, you can't see that far. This water looks like a glass of spring water. This lake is great for all kinds of water sports. The well-oxygenated deep lake is good for landlocked salmon, lake trout, and brook trout. And there's been some exceptional lake trout come out of this lake over the years. The major basin that this property is on is kind of a big deep bowl, so it's great for boating, from kayaking, canoeing, sailing, power boating. If you like to water ski, you got miles of water here to enjoy. One of the things that makes this property so special is this prominent point we have here, and we're near the center of the frontage. I'm actually out in the lake, believe it or not. This is a natural, just naturally where the glaciers dropped the boulders when it came through. And it makes almost like a natural breakwater. What I can envision here is coming in from your building site, from your home site, and having a dock on either side of this natural breakwater, which would, you know, depending on what the weather's doing, if you had a north wind, you shelter on the south side, and you get a south wind, you shelter on the north side. Really a very interesting natural feature of this property. I'm standing now at about 100 feet setback from the high water mark of the lake, and this is going to be our preferred building site here on this lot. And what really makes this nice is how remote and how private it is from the neighbors. This building site is going to be about 800 feet from the current homes that are built on both sides of it, so you get lots of privacy. If you leave the wooded buffer, you'll probably never see a neighbor here. You'll notice some really old growth hemlock in here. We also have some beautiful white pine. You can see that in the video. And the building site behind me is kind of bushes. You're gonna have to clear this out. We'll show you the access from the road coming in shortly. So we got 7.2 surveyed acres here, about 1,145 feet of frontage along this peninsula. So if you want to look at the soil map we have here on the screen right now, you're going to notice that the majority of this property, according to the NRCS Web Soil Survey, is Canaan, very rocky, sandy loams. And what that means, grows trees well, it's going to drain really well. Putting a septic in here should be no trouble at all. You know, you're going to want to do that with your own septic designer when you get ready to build your home. But this is a very well-drained building site. We're going to take a walk across the lot now and check out the boundary line so you guys can see how well they're marked. And on the way, we're going to talk about the location. So 548 in Webb Cove Drive, we determined that street number using the Department of Transportation's online app. And that number will probably vary just a little bit. Once you've built on this property, the town will assign that 911 address, but it's close. So if you're wondering how we determined that, that's how we did that. The town of Enfield is a nice rural little town surrounded by Lowell, Howland, Burlington, and Lincoln. We've got about 1,435 people population in this town. It's really well located. We're about 14 miles from the nearest service town of Lincoln. Lincoln is a great town, has all the services you'll ever need, from hospital to restaurants, shopping centers, grocery stores, and professional offices. The city of Bangor is about 45 miles away, and there's an international airport there, a much larger medical center, and all of the big box stores you'll find. And Boston, folks, is about 279 miles from this location, in about 4 hours and 15 minutes drive under normal driving conditions. We're over here on the southern boundary now, and what you're going to find when you get out here is a very well marked and blazed line from Webb Cove Drive all the way down to the shore of the lake. And when you get down here, you're going to know that there'll be a flag. You can't miss it. Hopefully you're coming here with me, but if you're here with another agent, you'll be able to find this line no problem. And the other lines are all pretty well marked as well, so that's always good. This has been fully surveyed, and that survey is on record at the Registry of Deeds. Okay, folks, now we're going to head back to the road front, show you the access to the property off the road. And while we're walking, we'll talk about other things of interest that you might find nice about the area. This property is about, as I said earlier, 45 miles to the nearest city, Bangor, Maine. We've got some great restaurants. You got a civic center there, a lot of cultural events every year round pretty much. LL Bean, for those who aren't from Maine, you've probably heard of LL Bean. That's about a 2.5-hour ride from here, so you could easily day trip there for a nice little shopping extravaganza. Baxter State Park, one of Maine's largest park. That's an 1.5-hour drive north of us here, and what a beautiful place. Home of Mount Katahdin, hundreds of streams and ponds and lakes up in that country. Just a beautiful place. That's an easy day trip. Bar Harbor, Maine is just about 95 miles from here, and that's a 2-hour ride. And that's home to Acadia National Park, for those who've heard of that. The North Maine Woods, just beyond Baxter State Park, probably 1.5 hours or so to the entrance, maybe 1 hour and 45 minutes. 3.5 million acres of commercial forest land that's pretty much all undeveloped, and through that group is open to the public for camping, hiking, fishing, hunting, anything you want to do up there with some pretty minimal day use fees. So this is a really well situated property, and it does feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. However, there's so much available in such a short distance. It's what really makes this location special. Hey, the property here in Enfield, or the town of Enfield, is in SAD 31. And if you're looking for the nearest schools, we got an elementary school just a few miles away, and the high school isn't too far from here either. If you want to come to Maine and bring your photography business, or maybe you're just an amateur photographer that loves to do landscapes and wildlife, this part of the state is a beautiful place to do it. We have moose in this area, white-tailed deer, black bear. We've got grouse, lots of bald eagles, all kinds of wildlife up here. So if you like photography, or you just like viewing animals in the wild, this is a great place to do it. We've made it back out here to Webb Cove Drive now, and this is a trailhead that I came out on, and we've actually track logged, and you'll see it on the overhead of the map of the property, where we think the best location for the driveway gets you down to that preferred building site. And that's about an 800 to 850 long driveway, depending on where you terminate it and where you start out here on the road. Now, along the road here, we've got about 230 feet of frontage on Webb Cove Drive, and one boundary pin is actually on the opposite side of the road, comes across and hits the other boundary here on the south end of the lot on the lake side of the road. You'll notice we have communication lines and electric utilities right along the road here, so that's easy to hook up. This is a beautiful gravel road. It is a private right-of-way. There are several associations along the way that take care of this road getting in here. We're about 4.5 miles in off the paved road. Please don't confuse a road association with a homeowners association. I see that in the comments all the time. Everybody's very excited. They don't want to have a homeowners association. Well, this association collects dues, and they do that so that they can maintain the road, plow it, grade it, fix bridges or culverts when needed, but it is not an HOA, so let me set the record straight right now on that. Hey, thanks for taking this tour with us of this beautiful property here on Coldstream Pond in Enfield, Maine today. And before we wrap up the video, don't forget, like and share this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's talk about all the features this property has and wrap up the video. We've got 7.2 surveyed acres here with 1,145 feet of frontage on Coldstream Pond. The property taxes, this is actually part of a larger piece, and we don't have the taxes at the time of this filming. If we get them before the video comes out, we'll put them here on the screen. You've got one of the most private building sites of any cold water lake I've ever seen. So that's a huge, huge advantage if you're looking for an ideal spot to build your home. We've got old growth timber. We've got power and telephone here at the street. If you need more information, give me a call at 800-286-6164, and we'll send you a property information package of all the details of this beautiful property.